Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're going to share everything you need to know about how to form an LLC for non-US residents and foreigners. Now, there are 6 steps that we're going to go through today to help you form an LLC even if you're a non-US resident or a foreigner. But if you don't want to do any of these steps yourself and you want to use a company to do the whole process for you, now we'll leave a timestamp on this video and in the description so you can fast forward to the part of the video where we do a complete tutorial with Tailor Brands going over setting up your LLC for a really affordable rate. Tailor Brands will do literally everything for you so you can focus more time on your business and not have to deal with all the compliance issues typically involved in forming an LLC. Okay, so before we get into these 6 steps, let's talk a little bit about some of the requirements for foreigners and non-US residents. So first off, non-US residents and foreigners are legally allowed to own an LLC inside the United States. So for the sake of this video and discussing some of the terminology that the government uses, we need to define a couple of things. Non-US citizens are referred to as aliens. These are people that are born in a different country and do not hold US citizenship. Now, there's 2 classifications for aliens. There's resident aliens and non-resident aliens. Resident aliens meet one of the 2 requirements, either a green card test or a substantial presence test. So if you don't meet either of those 2, then you are a non-resident alien. But the good thing is both can form LLCs in the United States, but you have to file separate forms, so it is important to know which one you are. Now, non-US residents or foreigners are legally allowed to own LLCs in the United States, but this does not give them the authority to work in the United States. This basically means that you can either run your business from your home country, or you can hire somebody in the United States to do business on your behalf. Now, just quickly here before we get into all the steps, here are some benefits of forming an LLC. So in an LLC, there is equal protection for citizens and non-citizens alike. Your personal assets are generally going to be safe from lawsuits or bankruptcy, meaning if anything happens to your business, your personal assets such as your car, your homes, etc., generally cannot be used to pay off any debts the company may have or be used for any legal issues the company may face. LLCs are also great because they have lower maintenance when compared to other entities like corporations. You don't need a board of directors or to hold any shareholder meetings. Next is economic access. So creating an LLC in the United States allows you to access the world's largest economy, and this can lend to business credibility as well. Another benefit to an LLC is pass-through taxation. So pass-through entities just means that the profits or losses are passed through to the tax returns of its members. A note here is that non-citizens LLCs can be taxed as an S-Corp, but not as an S-Corp unless the members are citizens or resident aliens. Okay, now let's get into those steps. So the first step is to simply choose a state. So here are some states that you can form your LLC in as a non-resident or a foreigner. The first one will be states that you have employees in. So legally, you're going to be required to register here. So if you're working in another country and you have employees in a certain state, you should register there. If that's not the case though, then you should choose a state like Delaware. Delaware has very business-friendly tax laws that are preferred by investors. And another great state is Wyoming. They have lower state taxes and provide more privacy to the owners of the LLC. Step number 2, you're just going to be choosing a business name. So you need to follow the naming guidelines in your state that you decide to choose, and they vary from state to state. Now, most states say that you must include limited liability company or the abbreviation LLC, and you'll want to make sure that the name that you choose is available in your state and can do that by conducting a search on the Secretary of State website for your state. Now, one thing to note when coming up with a name for your LLC, you cannot confuse the name of your company with a government agency like the CIA or FBI or State Department. Also, make sure that you choose a name that has an available URL because you might want to create a website in the future. Step number 3 is going to be hiring a registered agent. So a registered agent is a person or business that sends and receives legal documentation on behalf of the business. And this can include tax forms, lawsuits, and any other government correspondence. Now, this person must be a full-time resident of the state. So this could be yourself or a registered agent service. Now, these services generally cost between $100 and $150 a year if you sign up to form your LLC. Now, with Tailor Brands, they actually provide the service and appoint a registered agent for you for free for 1 year. Most businesses decide to hire a service to do this for them because you want to protect the identity of the owners of the LLC. Registered agents' information like phone number and address are on the public domain, so you really want to make sure to keep that information private. Okay, so now let's walk you through how to get everything done for you using a service like Tailor Brands. So to get started, just click on the link down below in the description or pinned comment, and then we can walk through this together and I'll show you exactly how to set up your LLC. So once you click that link down below, it should bring you to this page right here. And you can see that you can have your LLC formed today. And you want to just click Get Started right here. And once you click Get Started, it'll bring you to this page and you'll just want to choose the state from the drop-down menu. So for this example, I'm just going to choose Delaware for now. And then the next step, you can type in the name you want for your LLC and Tailor Brands will check right there on the website and let you know whether it's available or not. Next, I'll just ask you a few questions related to your company so you can fill those in yourself. It should just take a minute or two. Then you'll go ahead and just click continue. And here you'll just enter in all of your contact information. So I'll just do that now quickly. And then when you're finished here, just press continue. Next, it wants you to set up an account. So put in your email information and then you can generate a password. Once you're finished with that, go ahead and click continue again. And after that, it'll bring you to a page where you can choose some additional packages and offers that Tailor Brands offers. Now they have a number of packages to choose from that come with their own unique benefits and resources. Some of them come with a logo maker, website builder, and a lot of other useful tools and services that you might be interested in for your business. So once you've chosen the package, just simply click continue and go ahead and put in your payment information here. Now, Tailor Brands is super affordable, so it is really a no-brainer when setting up your LLC just to make sure that you're compliant in every area that you need to be. And the next step is to file your articles of organization. So in some states, this has a different name, but usually it has articles in it. And the fee to file this varies from $20 up to a couple of $100. Now your LLC isn't truly formed until you file these articles of organization with your state. So check with your state's Secretary of State website for more information on this. Okay, and then we move on to step number 4, which is going to be obtaining your EIN number. So Tailor Brands will obtain all of this for you if you do decide to use it. Now, the EIN number acts as a social security number for your business. Non-citizens without a social security number or ITIN number cannot file online. You'll need to file IRS form SS-4, and unfortunately, you'll have to do this by phone, mail, or fax. So here's some of the information that will be required. Things like the name of your business, your US business address, an explanation of your LLC, the names of the LLC members, and some other things as well. Now, step 6 is just to open a US bank account. Now, you won't be able to open your US bank account until you have received your EIN number, and most traditional banks want you to walk in and hand over your information in person. Now, obviously, that's not super convenient. So here's some of the information that they're going to require. They're going to need a passport and driver's license from your home country, articles of organization for your LLC operating agreement, your EIN number, proof of your LLC's US address, and they might actually ask you for your address in your home country as well. Now, I'm sure you can see how this can be challenging for a non-resident or foreigner to open a bank account in the US. So really, the best option for non-residents and foreigners is online banking platforms. So some quick notes here about physical US mailing addresses. Well, a physical US mailing address is not required, but it will really help opening a bank account and potentially getting loans if you need those. You can make this your home address if you live in the US, but like we talked about earlier, this is not really recommended for privacy reasons. The best option is just to hire a registered agent service like we talked about earlier with Tailor Brands, and they will be your physical mailing address. Now, we do have some last quick notes here on federal tax requirements. So here are the requirements for non-citizen single-member LLCs. So resident aliens need to file IRS Form 1040, and non-resident aliens will need to file IRS Form 1040-NR, in addition to Form 5472 and Form 1120. And together, all these forms will report your profit and loss for each partner. Now, for foreign-owned multi-member LLCs, if your LLC is owned by you and more members for tax purposes, you're considered a partnership, and you'll need to file Form 1065. This includes Schedule K1, and if the LLC has income connected with a US trade or business, each member might be required to file Form 8804 and 8805, and just like before, each member will report their personal share of profit on their personal tax returns. So that Form 1040-NR for non-residents, that is everything you need to know about forming an LLC for non-residents and foreigners. So I will leave a link to all the resources that we talked about in this video in the description down below, just to make it easy for you. Be sure to check them all out. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see content like this in the future, please drop a like on the video and subscribe for more future content. But as for this video, guys, that is just about it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.